Okay, welcome to Introduction to iMovie 1. To begin, let us look at our directions. Okay, at this point, you should have already downloaded your MrB.avi file from the classroom. That is the example file that we're going to be using in this video. Okay, so let's downsize that for now. Step number 1 in our directions is to open iMovie. Now, there are a few ways to do that, just like there are almost always a few ways to do anything. However, the easiest way for you is to look at the bottom dock and click on iMovie. Now, if iMovie is not down there, you might have to go up here to your magnifying glass, up here, okay, in the top right-hand corner, and open it up just like you used to open up the GIMP program, okay? So, if you do have to do this, type it in, find it, open it up. Okay. So here, my iMovie was already prepped and ready to go, but yours might be loading. I'll give you a second to get yours to this screen. Wonderful. Now, in years past, I would suggest that once you get to this screen, you would hit Command-N to make a new project. And that's fine. However, it actually is easier if you just click this one big plus sign, okay? So, instead of hitting Command-N, we're actually going to click on the plus sign. Okay, now, if we click on the plus sign, we get two options. We're almost always going to click on Movie, okay? So click on Movie. Okay. Now, once you've clicked on Movie, you will have to drag and drop a video clip down here, okay? You'll have to drag and drop a video clip down here. Much like GIMP, iMovie is almost exclusively a drag and drop program. So, you see that I've already brought my Mr. Bartlett project in, or video, excuse me, I've already brought my Mr. Bartlett video in, but yours is still in your Downloads folder. So if you click on your Finder face down in the bottom left-hand corner, you click on Downloads, ladies and gents, then in your downloads, among other things, should be the MrB.avi file. Okay. Now, you could do it this way, but what we're going to do is drag in MrB.avi. Okay? So if we drag in MrB.avi into our timeline, it should go just like this. Okay? If you drag in your MrB.avi, so we're dragging this file into our timeline. Only do it once. Let's verify that our timeline, and of course our timeline is the bottom portion of our screen. Let's verify that our timeline looks just like this. If it does not, you of course need to make that happen right now. If you have two of these, delete one of them. You only need one. Okay, now it's time to trim the video. That means remove unnecessary parts of the footage that we do not want. By default, unless you're somehow the best videographer in the world, you will always have footage that you do not necessarily want. Okay? Let's watch this video and see what portions of the video we do not want.
Alright, the lighting is terrible. Let's go here. Stand like right there.
This is all baloney. We don't want this.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Action.
Okay, so somewhere along here, after I say 3, 2, 1, action, right here is where we want our video to start. So let's discuss the trim process. If we bring our mouse all the way to the beginning, we see that our mouse changes into this double arrow. Do not be doing it down here. You want to make sure that you're doing it on top of the video, okay? So if we take our mouse and we go on top of the video, we can click and drag all the way until where we want our video to start. Now, we see that that's 3, 2, 1, action. You want to make sure that it starts right after the action. Let's verify that we did that right.
Do you want to be the sun in my life?
Alright, we started it perfect. But there's a strong chance that there's a portion at the end that we do not want. Let's watch.
You're 60,000 miles away from me.
Okay. There isn't much at the end, but maybe a quick little trim will clean it up. Okay. At this point, our video is now only 7 seconds long, which is exactly what we want. Wonderful. let's look at our directions. We've trimmed. It's now time to ask ourselves, is this video loud enough? I would say that it is loud enough. However, if it was not, we would want to adjust the volume of the video file to be louder. Let's take a look at how to do that. Now, in our timeline, which of course is down here at the bottom, this is our timeline. In our timeline, we see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 video frames, but below that we have our audio, okay? Below this we have our audio, which I'm changing right now. Now, by default, your audio is set to 100%. Right. Oh, come on. Our video is set to 100%. Now, the 100% is whatever volume you recorded your footage at. However, if it needs to be louder, you would simply adjust this black or white line to be higher. 400% or 4 times as loud is as loud as it can go. Let's listen to that.
Do you want to be the sun?
Holy guacamole, that is loud audio. If we wanted to make it softer, we would simply drag this down, okay? We would simply drag this down. Now, I would suggest that we leave it right where it is for now, and let's look back to our directions. We need to click on Sound Effects. Now, here is something that is absolutely different from last year, okay? All of your effects are up here, okay? This audio brings us to an option where we can click on Sound Effects. So if we click on Audio, and then click on Sound Effects, we have all of these options, ladies and gents. All of these options. Now, within Sound Effects, we have to figure out a way to organize them. We can see that starting with A, these are in alphabetical order, but that almost does us no good. So let's click on Time so we can see how long each sound effect is. What we want is something that will last at least the entirety of this clip. I would heavily suggest that you get something that is above 30 seconds and trim it down. Let's click on... What does this sound like? Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to bring in head spin long. Now if you notice, I could drag it in and I can put it right on top, but that's not how I want it. I could drag it below. You want to make sure your audio is always below. So what I did was, I clicked on my selected audio, and instead of bringing it above, I brought it below. Now, at a quick glance, there are 2 issues with this. Okay? If we hit play, we'll notice.
Do you want to be the sun in my life? Stay 92,460,000 miles away from me.
Okay. Issue number 1. Head spin long, our green music, is much too loud. Let us bring it slightly down. I'm going to go 20%. Let's see how this sounds.
Do you want to be the sun in my life? And stay 92,460,000 miles away from me.
I would say that's a good balance. It's a good balance between the audio of our video and the audio of our music. Now, issue number 2. If we scroll all the way to the end, this music is so gosh darn long. Let us adjust. Just the same as when you trimmed the video, when you removed unnecessary parts of the footage, we're going to remove unnecessary parts of the song. If we bring our mouse to the end, and you'll see I have a scroll bar right here. If we bring our mouse to the end, we see our double arrows again. There are our old friends. We want to make sure that we're not doing this, but doing this. There's a slight difference, okay? Do not do this double arrow. You want to make sure that you have the line in between your arrows. So if we click and drag, let's make it the exact same length. Wonderful. Let's try this out.
Do you want to be the sun in my life? And stay 92,460,000 miles away from me.
Okay, now we've done all this. We've adjusted the volume of the music so it is appropriate compared to the video volume. And now, we could go to iMovie 2, but I'm going to show you one more thing. Number 8. Fade in / fade out. Okay, let's even highlight this. It's very important. A fade in / fade out is, of course, what we see when we see this little circle and this little circle. Now, the way it is right now, the music kind of just ends abruptly. What we want is it to slowly get softer. That's what we call a fade out. So if we put our mouse right here, we see this little circle and 2 tiny arrows. Again, the little circle and 2 tiny arrows. What we want is to simply click and drag this in. If we notice, we have this dark area over here now. Let's see how this works.
For me.
Oh, much smoother. Okay, we can even do it to our video.
Just wait for me.
Much more professional. Now, let's do the same to the beginning. This is what we call a fade in.
Do you want to be the sun in my life? And stay 92,460,000 miles away from me.
Amazing. Great job. At this point, head on over to iMovie Video 2 for more information. Have a great day.